What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, this episode may be coming out a little bit late this week, or it may be kind of just a short video. I'm not really sure. But this past weekend, I did not have a whole lot of time to work on a lot of things. Sometimes you need to put family first, and well, the dog that I have at the end of some of my videos, the brindled boxer that I have, her name's Snickers, and she actually is getting a little bit older and is having a little hard time this past weekend. So I'm recording a little bit here on Veterans Day, just trying to get a short little video out this week for y'all. I'm going to finish up, I'll show y'all what I've done on the mounting for the exhaust, and then we're going to show you what I'm doing for the heat wrap on the exhaust and for the turbo. Also, I'm sure you could tell my voice isn't quite right either, and when they tell you don't hold in sneezes, they mean it. So you'll notice my voice can be a little weird in this episode, but hopefully it'll be back to normal next episode. So this weekend I went ahead and installed our HSP Turbo Inlet here. It's nice and shiny and powder coated. Fits up just great, but we actually have even more clearance now down here. Before I was having a little bit of issues with some clearance down between the inlet there and then the intake here, and also the kind of the fuel line there was all crunching together. So once this got in there, it actually gave me a little bit more room there. This looks really well, fits up just perfectly in there. I'm very happy about this piece, and this is going to help us as well with connecting into our existing air box there. I also wanted to go ahead and take out the resonator chamber and everything, and this piece here just helps with that as well. Alright, so with our exhaust here, we now have a mount up here to the transfer case. I basically have this mount in place now. I need to weld it up there, but this is usually kind of a hanging style. This usually goes the other direction, hangs down, but it still works the same pretty much here as well. It still allows movement, so I'm going to do it this way. That allows me to use the factory mount that was already there. I already put in the stainless steel rod that's through there. I'll go ahead and weld that on to the straight piece here. Probably just a couple little spot welds around it will do just fine on it. Now, the pieces of this exhaust that we are actually going to wrap in the heat shielding wrap is going to be this straight piece here. I'll probably go ahead and try to wrap it all the way up if I can. If not, I'll probably just wrap this side and see how far I get with it down here. This part down here should be okay. There's not a whole lot that's around this that'll heat up too much. I would like to go ahead and do the whole thing though if I have enough. And then of course I have to do the downpipe off the turbo because this will be very warm here. So our wrap will actually be probably as far up as I can get it on here, wrap it all the way down. And then for the turbo heat shielding, I do have a turbo blanket for it. That'll hold in our heat around the turbo so that hopefully everything that's around it and even our doghouse cover that's going to be coming back here will stay a little bit cooler. So also for the doghouse cover, the engine bay side of it, I'm going to use this heat shielding from Mishimoto. It is a very high temperature heat shielding. I have another couple pieces of this as well that's going to go along the sides on the engine bay as well to help kind of protect it from the heat that the engine is going to be putting off as well. Alright, so I obviously don't have enough wrap to do both of these, but hopefully out of the two of those I can get one of these two done, the downpipe or that straight 4-inch there. They did include some these metal ties, but they are not long enough. I may be able to link them together and make them long enough to go around the whole thing. I do also have a couple of 3-inch clamps there that actually came on the original downpipe heat shielding. So I'm going to get these two pieces here prepped by wiping them down with some acetone, get any oils that may still be on them off, so that we can get them ready for the wrap. We will also have to get the wrap ready, actually to wrap as well. Alright, there we go guys. I now have the exhaust pretty much all wrapped up where I want it to be. Now this black wrap here does actually go up underneath this as well. This is just what came on the original downpipe. It's still a heat shielding, it's just like a heavier woven type. So I do have some more wrap that's coming in. It's already ordered, it's actually being shipped here. To do the up pipes here, I'm just going to be trying to do the up pipes as much as I can. It does kind of get a little tight in there, so I may skip the little baffles here or just try a different way of wrapping that up there, but that will be wrapped up as well because I know those can get hot also. Just trying to keep a little bit of heat away from that firewall and that doghouse cover there. So I don't know how much of the actual wrapping video there that I had whenever I was doing all this. I don't know if I was actually in frame or not on that wrapping video, but I'll try to put in some of it, at least the parts that I was in frame. If not, this will be an even shorter video than I originally thought. Alright, we now have the up pipes actually wrapped as well. This is actually a little bit higher temp wrap. I just know that all this is going to get really hot, and I just wanted to make sure this being tucked in there and everything, that it actually had enough protection around there to kind of keep that heat in there and all the way out. Yes, I know you can tell the bellows there are not fully wrapped. I'm not able to wrap it around there, it gets too close to the heads. I don't want pressures being put on it, so I'd rather just kind of wrap it just a little bit and then continue the wrap on the other side. That's what these two clamps are here. It helps to keep each side there from unraveling around that. The other side, I didn't have as much issue around that bellow. I was able to loosely wrap around that bellow there, so yes, it's wrapped over, but it's loose, so they still work fine. This should just help with a little bit more of that heat keeping it in the pipes instead of out in the engine bay or in the doghouse cover. So now I'm going to go ahead and hook everything back up, the full exhaust system on it. Hopefully it's not too dark to show y'all. Alright guys, there we have it. The exhaust system's pretty much done now. I ended up just kind of tack welding this on there. That's mounted up to that brace that was already there for the previous exhaust. Just use that. A little rubber hanger isolator still allows for a little bit of movement. That's all good there. We have basically everything else wrapped now. I am going to have to end up buying another worm gear clamp here. It fit before, but after I wrapped it, now it doesn't. So need a little bit longer worm gear clamp. So I also wanted to show y'all I have a turbo blanket to go back here. We're not going to reuse the factory metal kind of shielding on there. We have this from Whirly Custom. It's made for this style variable vane turbo. Right now it's just sitting on there. I still need to run the metal wire and stuff to hold it down, but wanted to show you all that as well. So there we have it guys, 1 day's work. We just got all of that heat shielding put on the exhaust system there and everything. I know this is not quite what y'all are looking for. I know I kind of promised to get that engine started, but you know, life happens sometimes and I'm not able to get around to everything I needed to do in order to get it started. So I figured this would be a quick and easy way of getting an episode in for y'all, since I needed to do it anyways, and it's rather straightforward. But I hope y'all still like this episode guys. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share, leave me a comment, and I'll see y'all next time.